What's happening, everyone? We're back today with another video on the channel. A bit different one today because we are at Boomerang Racing to visit Alex to see some of his projects and race cars, and we're going to pick up some special parts off of him for the ST. So I've got here a bit early because he is a good few hours away, and I managed to sell a quarter panel on the way here, so we're just going to wait for him, and then hopefully when he gets here we'll have a little look at what he's got. Okay, so it's pretty much a week later from when we went down to Alex's lockup, and reason being is I was just very tired that day, and we got a bit carried away talking, so we didn't do like a full tour or anything. I just showed you sort of the cars he's got, just on a quick sort of cinematic thing. Hope you guys don't mind. If not, we can always go out there and see him again, or meet up at a track at some point. I'm sure he'll be down for that. But yeah, and the main thing as well is he's thinking of doing a sort of series on reshelling. Obviously his old race car, as you saw in the cinematics, it got damaged into the shell that he has in his workshop. So if you guys want to see that, be sure to go to his channel. I'll leave it here, and he has quite a few track days as well which he's posted on his channel, and they're pretty cool. He's a pretty good driver, and you can see sort of how quick his car is around track, because through the corners this thing absolutely flies. Yeah, he's top bloke, really nice guy. Definitely would recommend giving his channel a watch. But yeah, so obviously we said we were getting some bits and pieces off of him while we were up there, and this is what we have for the ST. Starting off, big boy item. This is a Lutgermeyer shifter, if I've said that right. I don't know at all, but, and it is a big but, so these shifters are on the cup cars that Ford made for basically a Mark 6 Fiesta. So Alex's car that was on the ramp, that was damaged, is a cup car, and the shell that you saw in the cinematics is also a cup car. Bearing in mind that there was only 50 made of these cars, so they are extremely rare, and he has 2 of them in his possession. Bearing in mind as well, I have one of these shifters, and obviously this is an actual genuine Ford Motorsport item. This will be going into the ST. I'm absolutely buzzing to fit this and see what it's like. It's such a nice piece, as you can see, rose jointed linkages, both ends. I won't get the other side of the shifter because the cable's quite long, but these things are extremely short, so if I just knock it forward, that is literally the length forward and back. There is nothing in that at all, and the gears are so close to each other. Like, that is literally the length in the H pattern. That is like towards reverse, so it's really close together, really snappy, fantastic if you want fast gear changes. I'm sure I'll be missing a few gears when I fit this, because this is going to take some time to get used to, but yeah, can't wait to actually fit this. This did cost a hell of a lot of money, and these are extremely hard to find, so refrain from the comments. I will not be disclosing how much this did cost, because yeah, it's a big one. And not only that as well, please do not ask me where I bought this from, because you just need to find them. I mean, it's very rare that these items from cup cars get brought up, and it's very rare to even see a cup car for sale, if I'm honest. So yeah, just bear that in mind. And a bit of a controversial one, because obviously this is probably mainly for track spec, but I just want it anyway because it looks cool, and that's pretty much it really. It should help out anyway, because these Fiestas bump steer quite a lot on the roads as it is. But yeah, basically Alex designs these kits, and basically what you do is you get an active roll center correction, which will allow the car to self-center itself a lot easier and be a lot nicer as well. Just general driving, obviously this is more track intended, so in other words, now I don't mess with this part here, because it's actually machine threaded in, and the bolt as well. You just leave this section and you actually just unbolt from this part here where the bearing sits, because it's all spherical bearing, so it can actually work a lot smoother than a ball joint and actually allow the arm to do its job correctly, and as well as the bump steer as well. So what this will basically do is any divots or bumps that you get within road surfaces can cause the car to actually self-steer. That's why sometimes you have to try and correct it when you hit a divot in a road. This should also help stop that too. Again, probably more track orientated, but if it improves handling, it improves handling. That's why I wanted it. These are probably more designed for a 15-inch wheel, I remember him saying, but we had a good chat and he basically just said, like, for what I want to use it for, it should just be fine. I mean, I'm not going to go too crazy on it. All I'm going to do is just get a boot for this rose joint here, pack it with some slight grease so no moisture gets in, and it should allow the rose joint to do its job, because it is actually self-lubricating, and as you can see, better than the ball joint, works so smooth, so it should be great. I'm really looking forward to be fitting these items. Obviously I probably haven't explained it too well, because I've just sort of thrown it in a, like, literally I probably haven't explained it too well, because I'm not very good at explaining stuff anyway, but I understand how it works. I'm one of them sort of people, but he'd probably be able to explain it a lot better than what I probably could. And yeah, that's pretty much it on that note. Alex does more than just these kits. You'd have to like message him directly. I'll leave all these like socials in the description. He does aircon delete kits. I did a video on one of his aircon delete kits, which I will just leave here, and He does quite a few kits for these. I mean, he's got rear axle bearings to replace the bushes to allow the shock to actually do its job, so it's smoother without fighting the actual bush. I actually have a set for this car, I just haven't got round to doing it yet. But yeah, there is lots of kits for these cars that he actually produces, and I must say, from what I've used from him so far, I can't complain whatsoever. So yeah, get your wallets out and start spending with the man, because he's contemplating whether to not do aircon delete kits no more, and there is enough of you out there that have been asking me whether you should do it or where I've got the kit from, so just bear that in mind. Okay, so that's all for today's video, guys. I know it wasn't a very long one, and it wasn't a very involved one in the sense of getting on the tools, but hopefully in the next video we should be fitting this guy to the car and doing a little test. So stay tuned for then, and I'll catch you later.